The Earth Plane by Eric Dubay, illustrated by Ken Ev Art. When I was your age, growing up in the country on clear summer nights, Grandpa and I would lay on the grass watching the stars. My favorite was Polaris, the bright North Pole star, positioned perfectly central amidst the constantly circling constellations, like a noble king on his throne, proudly presiding over his twinkling kingdoms. Grandpa taught me all 88 constellations from Andromeda to Vulpec- Vulpecula, and we would watch them for hours while he told incredible ancient fairy tales of heroes like Hercules and his 12 labors, the prodigal son's journey through the 12 houses of the zodiac. On the last night of summer vacation, Grandpa and I were staring at the stars when he pointed up and said, "Polaris, my boy, sits directly above the North Pole, which means the exact center point of Earth and the exact center point of the heavens are perfectly aligned. Polaris is like God's eye in the sky watching over his creation, and the other stars, reaching out at different angles, are like his angels, bringing light to even the darkest corners of the world. The North Pole is like the base of a gigantic celestial tree, reaching to heaven with Polaris, its highest leaf, on the tallest branch, directly above the trunk. The other stars are like all the other leaves on all the other branches, and every day the great tree in heaven makes one circle in the sky around its trunk, just like every year. I'm sorry, just like, yeah, every year, every tree on earth grows a new circle around its trunk. Our first day back to school started the next morning with the bell ringing and my new teacher, Mr. Tyson, spinning a large globe on his desk. "Tell me, students, what shape is the earth?" he asked, looking at us over the top of his glasses. I glanced around to see if I glanced around to see if anyone would answer, but everyone was expressionless, gawking at the spinning globe like a hypnotist swinging pocket watch. "Anyone?" he asked. "What shape is the earth?" Looking out the window at the perfectly flat horizon, I remembered flying in my grandpa's airplane and seeing the same flat horizon all around me then. In a moment of confident excitement, I raised my hand and exclaimed, "The earth is flat!" Mr. Tyson quickly swung his head around, squinted his eyes at me for a second, then burst out laughing so hard that all the other students couldn't help but join in. Embarrassed and confused, I slumped back and crossed my arms. When everyone finally stopped laughing, Mr. Tyson said, "Silly boy, the earth only looks flat because it is so big and you are so small. Imagine an ant on a basketball. For him, the horizon would seem flat, even though he is really on a ball. Earth is like a spinning basketball, and you are like an ant standing on its surface." Mr. Tyson walked to the blackboard and drew a solar system diagram as he continued explaining. "Not only does the Earth spin 1,000 miles per hour around its axis, Earth also spins 67,000 miles per hour around the Sun. Meanwhile, the Sun, Earth, and every planet in our solar system is already spinning 500,000 miles per hour around our corner of the Milky Way galaxy, while the entire Milky Way galaxy is shooting off millions more miles per hour away from the Big Bang explosion, which created the universe." Walking from home. I'm sorry, from walking home from school. Oh, Vivi, how you doing over there? Hmm. Good. So walking home from school, I couldn't stop thinking about what Mr. Tyson had said. If Earth was really a big ball spinning around itself, rotating around the sun, revolving around the galaxy, and shooting off through the universe, then why does the North Pole star never move? Why hadn't the constellations ever changed position or shape in thousands of years? Night after night, year after year, Grandpa and I watched Polaris appear in the exact same spot while all the other stars and constellations always maintain their relative positions to each other. If Earth was really traveling several millions of miles per hour in several different directions, why could we watch every star in the sky making perfect circles around Polaris? If Earth was really traveling many millions of miles per hour in various directions, the star trails Grandpa and I often photographed should have shown irregular spiral shapes, not perfect circles. Upon arriving home, Grandpa could see the distress in my face and asked what was wrong. I dropped my book bag to the floor and yelled, "Mr. Tyson and said Earth is a spinning space ball." Grandpa and Grandma suddenly both burst out laughing so hard that I couldn't help but join in. oh, oh, well then, don't fall off that bottom of that ball, dear, Grandma said, wiping tears away from her glasses. And And don't get motion sick from all that spinning, my boy, added Grandpa, slapping his knee. That evening, we laid back